Welcome to all of you. I am going to continue the same sections of our polity session, that is Parliament of India. Okay students, so now I am going to the next one, that is our today's topic, that is about Parliament of India. Okay, I hope so that you are more gathering all the types of informations that I am providing you. Okay, and you are doing self analysis with influently way. Okay, so now let's see what I am going to teach you today about the Parliament of India. So let's see, and I am moving to the next one. Okay, so let's see students. Yeah, it is motions of Parliament. There are so many motions related to the both the houses of Parliament that I will cover in this session right now. I will cover all the motions in this session. Okay, so let's see what are those types of motions, how they works. Okay, what are their functions. So let's see, and moving to the next one, that will see motion by motion, each and every motion. Okay, fine. Let's first see that ministers or private members. That ministers or private members means what? That anyone can move motion. Either a minister, that is MP. Okay, any minister will only, that's MP. Okay, fine. So any minister or even any private members can also put any motion in Parliament of India. Private members means I have already told you about it. Parliament members means, see, the Parliament private members means all the MPs who are not ministers, in central rank, in at the rank of Union of India, that means not the state level ministers. All the MP will be only minister of central level. Okay, fine. So all the MPs who are not ministers, all they are called as private members. So all the ministers and even all the private members. Okay, it means it consists of all the MPs. Those who are not ministers in Parliament of India, they will all the parts of private member. Okay, private members. Fine. So private members plus ministers, when we combine both of these, then it will give a result of the full strength of the House of Parliament of India. Okay. So now we will see to the next one, that will tell you something extra about the motions. Now let's see. First of all, I am going with substantive motion. Substantive motion. Okay. So let's see. What is substantive motion? It is independent proposal. Independent proposal means it doesn't related with any other motion. It is totally independent motion, and it is so important motion. It's a major important motion. That's because why? See, whenever you want to take a motion, to put a motion in Parliament of India for the impeachment of President of India and for the removing process of Chief Election Commissioner of India. So these are some important parts. That's why it makes it so important motion. Impeachment of President. Okay, the topmost rank of India is President of India. So removal process of President, that is the impeachment of President, will take place in that motion, that will known as substantive motion. Even the removal process of Chief Election Commissioner of India, when any motion will put forward for the removal of Chief Election Commissioner of India, that will also comes under substantive motion. So look how this motion is important regarding the Constitution of India. Okay, so let's see. It is an independent proposal. Independent proposal means, you will understand it later. If I will discuss what is independent proposal right now in brief, then you will little bit get confused. In upcoming types of motion, you will automatically find that what is independent motion and what is subsidiary, these kinds of motion. So it is totally independent motion. Okay, a fresh motion, totally fresh motion. It doesn't correlate with any other motions. Now let's see. Dealing with very important matter. See, even impeachment of President will how much important? Is how much important? You can easily get it. Okay, you can easily get it. So dealing with very important matter like impeachment of the President or removal of the Chief Election Commissioner of India comes under this motion, that is substantive motion. Let's, if you are confused in that what is motion, I want to tell you that, let's see. If any member, any MP of the house, any member MP of the house wants that these types of matters should be discussed in Parliament of India, then even one single MP, any one of out of these MPs, of the full strength of the MPs, that is either Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, can propose substantive motion. Not substantive motion, can propose any other motion too. Whichever motion I will teach you right now, all the motions even can be put up by on the table of Parliament of India by any of the MP. Fine. So, see, what is motion? Okay, if any MP wants to put the matter of public importance, okay, public importance, any matter that is related with a large interest of public, okay, public interest matter, like hike of prices of fuels, okay, LPG cylinders, even not only that any matter that is really influencing public, general public of our nation, that is termed as interest of public, interest of people of India. So any matter that is related with interest of people of India, on that matter any MP, either that is a minister or even a private member, can put forward any types of motion which I will teach you right now, any types of motion on the table of Parliament of India, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha both. Fine. Like migrant crisis happened during the first lockdown. So those are the important, public important matters. Are not? These are not the public important matters. These are, okay. So these are the types of public important matters on which any MP can ask and take permission from the presiding officer of the house. Okay, now I am not teach you by breaking each and everything that what is presiding officer of the house, because I have repeated it so many times, almost 6 to 7 times, that I hope you can easily get it. Okay, so only after that MP who is voting the motion, any type of motion to either of the house, that is Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, then after the granting of permission of presiding officer of that house, that is a speaker of Lok Sabha and chairman of Rajya Sabha in case of Rajya Sabha, or in case of Lok Sabha it is the speaker of Lok Sabha. So after granting the permission by the presiding officer of the house, this motion will be initiated. Okay, means this motion will be now proceeded further for debate, discussions, voting and so on. Fine. So I hope substantive motion is clear to all of you. So I am moving to the next one, that is tell something extra. Okay, so let's see. This is substitute motion. This is substitute motion. So if you get the difference between substantive motion that I have taught you in earlier slide and the difference between substantive motion and this one substitute motion, then you can usually get it. Then what is independent proposal? Okay, the first point of substantive motion, that is independent proposal in itself. Substantive motion is an independent proposal in itself. Okay, so let's see. First understand it. Substitution of an original motion as an alternative. As you not get, like if you have not the bigger one markers and you have to teach, you have to take this class right now and you don't have any this kind of marker, then even a small kind of marker that can help you to teaching at this moment, then you can use that an alternative. That is the substitute motion. Okay, that is the substitute motion. And the marker that was earlier before using before the smaller marker, okay, that the bigger marker was known as which one? Substantive motion. Okay, this way you can easily find out the differences between substantive motion and substitute motion too. Are you getting it? It supersedes the original motion. Supersedes the original motion means, see, supersedes the original motion means, now let's see, you can easily get it. Okay, see, let's see clearly. If any public important matter has been going on in the country, and any MP brought the any type of motion, not substantive motion but any type of motion, because substantive motion is mainly for removal of President of India, Chief Election Commissioner of India. Okay, so that is the separate one. Okay, so if any important general important matter has been arised by any MP of the Parliament of India, then that MP, if about any of the motion, and this motion is discussing in Lok Sabha and Raj Sabha but not getting any result, even after discussions not getting any result about this motion. Okay, then this MP who has brought this motion, who has tabled this motion in this house after the granting the permission of the Speaker of the Lok Sabha, or in case of Raj Sabha, the Chairman of the Raj Sabha permission, if this MP feels that this motion is not giving any result because of some provisions or because of certain circumstances, then this MP can bout a substitute motion. Fine, substitute motion. This substitute motion will supersede this motion. It means now this earlier motion, the original one, now this has no meaning. Okay, now this has no meaning. Fine, this has no meaning. Okay, now this substitute motion is not totally independent, because it is the independent one. It may be substantive motion too, and it may be other motions too. Original motion means a fresh motion. Okay, so it is an independent fresh motion too. So it may be substantive motion too, and it may be any other motion too originally. So if that MP feels that this motion that I have put in Parliament of India is not getting passed, okay, and not getting the desired results what that MP wants, then this MP can put another motion, that is substitute motion, and little bit difference from this motion. Okay, he picked out that what are those reasons that this motion is not getting the desired results after the whole discussion and debates. So this MP will find out some reasons that because of these reasons this motion is not getting passed by both the houses. So I have to bout a new substitute of this earlier one motion. Okay, and he will remove all those provisions, and he may include, this MP may include some of the provisions in this new substitute motion. Okay, to get passed. Okay, when this substitute motion will be guaranteed and permitted by the presiding officer of the house, then this original motion, the earlier motion, will now not be in use. It means this motion, substitute motion, supersedes the original motions. So I hope till now you have got two important motions, that is substantive motion and substitute motion. Now I am going to the third motion, that is, you will see the next one, that is subsidiary motion. Okay, so we will moving to the next one. Okay, so see, it is subsidiary motion. What is it? What is extra in it? Let's see. It has no meaning in itself. It has no meaning in itself means it is not an independent motion. It is not an totally independent motion. It is divided into three subcategories, but their three subcategories are not so important in perspectives of exam. Not so important. Why? It is not important with perspective of exams. But I will tell you those three names. Okay, I will tell you those three names. But even those names will not going to be asked by UPSC. Okay, those are not important at all for examination purpose. But I will tell you all the three names. Okay, let's see what is subsidiary motion. Let's see. If this original motion, this MP who has put forward any of the motion, fresh motion, independent motion in Parliament of India, in any of the house, Lok Sabha or Raj Sabha. Okay, if that motion is not passed, then he is not going to put a new motion, that is substitute motion. No, he can put it, but here we will teach about subsidiary motions. So because this motion is not getting passed, and this MP wants some of the provisions changes in this original motion that he has originally made in this motion. Now this MP feels that some of the provisions may include or may be removed from this earlier original motion. Okay, so he brought a new subsidiary motion that will bring some changes in the same original motion. It will not put a new motion, but it will only change some of the provisions of this motion, original motions. Even after, if this original motion will be passed, whatever this MP has put in the Parliament of India, either in Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, if this motion has been discussed, debates going on and passed by both the houses, even passed by both the houses, even that, okay, if he wants to now again this MP wants some certain changes in that provision after passing it, then see, originally this MP has prepared motions. What should be the provisions inside that motions? He has analyzed earlier himself, but later on, after discussions and debates with a large view of opinions, he may get something new, something extra that he had forgotten earlier to include in that. Okay, or if any of the parts that he had mentioned in that motion, that MP has put some of the provisions that MP thought that, oh, that is good, but after discussions and debates, it is possible that MP will feel that no, this is not important. Okay, this is not important one, and this can even devastated. Okay, so if later on, if this MP feels that no, some of the provisions may be removed or some of the provisions may be included, then there is no need to bout substitute motions. If there are certain parts to be changes only, then it will bring subsidiary motion. Okay, this MP will bring subsidiary motion. It is not independent motion. It will just change some of the provision of original motion. Even after this original motion was passed, suppose it is passed by both the houses, even after that, if this MP feels that no, it is passed, it is okay, what I have written in the motion, it is passed by both the houses, yet I want that some of the provisions may be included, okay, extra provisions, or he want that some of the provisions should be removed, what I have mentioned earlier in that provision. Okay, even after passing it, the resolution from both the houses, then in that case too, this MP can put subsidiary motion, and that motion will bring some changes in original motion. Okay, and after that changing, again voting discussion will happen, and again fresh voting will be happen. I hope what I have taught you regarding three motions, that is substantive motions, substitute motions and subsidiary motions, all of you are getting it clearly. Okay, so there are three categories like ancillary and something else. So I am just giving you the name, okay, because they are not the important one at all. So let's see, I am moving to the next one. See, these are the three types of subsidiary motions. You can just see those names. These are not important with the perspective of UPSC examination or even any other examination too. Okay, so ancillary motion, superseding motion and amendment. Okay, and amendments. These are the three subcategories of which one? Subsidiary motions. Ancillary motion, superseding motion, and third one amendment. Okay, so I am moving to the next one. All of you are fine? Okay, so let's see. Now closure motion. What is closure motion? Okay, what is closure motions? Okay, take care on the time so that if you are really focusing on it. So now let's see what is closure motion. Okay, what is closure motion? Motion will be cut down and put for voting. There are four types of closure motions. Motion will be cut down and put for voting. Okay, put for voting. Are you getting it or not? Let's see. Just give an example and you will easily get it. If any MP, again the same thing, about any kinds of motion, okay, after the discussions and debates is going on, not in the discussion debate going on, and it is taking so much time that it doesn't need actually for discussion and debates. If any MP feels that, any MP feels that now this motion should be tabled for vote without the proper discussion, because this discussion is going on so long, even after 5, 6, 7, 8 hours discussion is going on and not giving the result, then not giving the result means discussion is going on really smoothly. Even after that, they will see that now it should be put on voting, but discussion debates going on. Then the MP of Parliament can take grant from the speaker and say that I want to put closure motion, and after accepting the closure motion by the presiding officer of the respective houses, then what happened, that is, now the discussion and debate will be what? Discussion and debates will be finished here right now. Okay, and now just after that voting will be start. That is closure motions. Closure motions means now discussion is over. Okay, it is smoothly running and it is over. Now it should be put forward for voting. That is closure motion. Who can bring motion? I have already told you. Who will give permission to accept the motion? That is presiding officer of the house. Okay, so I hope all of you are getting it. So there are 4 subcategories of or types of closure motions. So we will see that next one. Okay, fine. So we will see that next one, and I hope all of you are getting it. Fine. So let's see. So moving to the next one. Okay, fine. Moving to the next one, and I will waiting the next slide. Okay, next slide please. See, first one is, okay, previous one, yeah, simple closure motion. Okay, fine, that was existing, but I was confused in that, so it's okay. It's simple closure motion. Okay, fine, it's simple closure motion. The first type of closure motion. What is simple closure motion? Simple closure motion means normally discussion debates going on, and now any MP stand up and say that there is enough debates going on, and now it is, I think it is finished, it should be finished right now, and that MP will put up the closure motion. Okay, if a speaker grants that closure motion, then voting will happen. This is the simple one, that is called simple closure motions. If any member of the house assistants and say that now discussion is over, so please vote on it. If suppose this MP number A has brought this motion and discussion debates going on a lot. Okay, now any of the MP, not this one, even can this one too, but any of the MP out of the total strength of the house, any of the MP. Okay, if that is matter of Lok Sabha, then any MP of Lok Sabha. If that is a matter of Rajya Sabha, then any member of Parliament of Rajya Sabha. Then if even this MP or any other MP can stand up and say that I want to put, okay, fit which ones? Simple closure motion, and if a speaker grants it of Lok Sabha or chairman of Rajya Sabha, in case of Rajya Sabha, then this discussion will over here itself and voting will happen. So this is the simple closure motion. Now move further. What is the next one? That is, see, closure by compartment motion. Now let's see what is meant by closure by compartment motion. I hope all of you are getting the simple closure motions. Now see what is closure by compartment. Now let's see if any large issues has been put up with a motion. Okay, like I am giving examples like migrant issues are really in news during the first lockdown. So if migrant worker issues consists a motion consists of migrant workers issues, okay, brought up, okay, discussions and debates going on. Now any of the MP feels that now discussion and debate is over, and if this discussion debate will go like this, then it is very much unlikely to get the result at time. Then any of the MP can stand up and say that, sir, I want to bring closure by compartment motion. closure by compartment motion, and if a speaker of the Lok Sabha in case of Lok Sabha or chairman of the Raj Sabha in case of Raj Sabha will grant the permission of closure by compartment motion to that member of parliament, that may be a minister, private member, anyone, member of parliament, anyone. If grant the permission to that MP, yes, you can initiate closure by compartment motion, then that MP will break this motion in some of the compartments. Okay, some of the compartments. Okay, the total issue is migrant worker issues, but after accepting of closure by compartment motion, that MP has, or even that MP, which one? The MP which has put the motion, that MP will now break this whole issues into some of the parts, some of the importance, by joining some important sections of related to this issues. Okay, now what happened that, see, now what happened that, now discussion and debate will go on, not the full topic. Discussion and debate will going on part by part. Okay, part by part. So it will easy to break down, analyze the whole issues in part by part, in compartments, because it is such a important issue. Fine, such an important issue, and voting will be also done by compartment by compartment. Okay, parts by parts. That is why it is said that closure by compartment motion. Earlier, whatever motions I have teach you, on those motions voting will be and discussion was going on as a whole for the whole matter. But here, if the matter is so large, so important that it is not possible to discuss the whole matters in a single way, okay, in a single process, then this motion is about to break some parts of that motion, and voting will be done in part by part too. Remember this fact, voting will be done not as a whole. Discussion will also be done in compartment by compartment, and also voting will be done also by compartment by compartment. I hope it is okay till now. So I am moving to the next one. Okay, that is kangaroo closure motion. This is really interesting name, kangaroo closure motions. Okay, so let's see, kangaroo closure motion. Okay, it is kangaroo closure motion. The third one related to the closure motion. Simple closure motion, the first one. Closure by compartment motion, the second one. This is the kangaroo motion, that is the third one. So see here, what written here? Pick the measure. Okay, measure is on any motion. Measure, not any measures. Pick the measures. Okay, actually it is measures. Okay, measure. Measures means bigger issues inside any issues. Here itself a big issue. Okay, for this issue motion has been brought. Okay, discussion debates going on. Inside that issue, the bigger issues, there are so many issues, even in that issue, so many important issues. Okay, there are very parts of that issue. So the bigger issues, like this one, the bigger issues, if this is bigger issues, so pick up the bigger issues, and discussions and debates will be going on only for those major issues, not those minor issues, because time is lapsing. Okay, if debates going on for the whole sections on that bigger issues, okay, then it will take almost 4 to 5 days for only discussion. Okay, there are also few extra works for and important works for Parliament of India to do on time. Okay, that is why if any of the MP feels that, not only that MP who had put down that motion, beside that, apart from that, even that MP can also, the MP who has brought this original motion and discussion debates going on, then even this MP can say that now it's time for bring kangaroo closure motion. Please, presiding officer of the house, please grant my permission. Okay, please grant to move kangaroo closure motion to me. Okay, or by the Lok Sabha, by the Raj Sabha. That MP can say it. Apart from that MP, any of the MP of that respective house can bring kangaroo closure motion on that motion. Okay, so first of all, see what is kangaroo closure motions. Any issues on which motion has been tabled up in the parliament, even in Lok Sabha, Raj Sabha. So discussions debates going on. There are a lot of whole discussion debates going on. Okay, doesn't give any particular results. Time is lapsing. Okay, time is consuming. Okay, it is extra time consumed too. Then any MP will put kangaroo closure motions, and what happened that those 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, anyone that is major issues inside that issue will be picked up, and only on those issues now discussion and debates will be going on. Minor issues will be sidelined. Minor issues will be sidelined from this circle. Okay, and only those major issues discussions and debates will going on from now, and voting will also happen only on those major issues. If those major issues will be passed by that house, these minor issues will termed as automatically passed by that house. Are you getting it? I hope so. So I am moving to the next one. That will the whole thing say the same. Okay, the same one what I have told you. Now guillotine closure motion. Okay, so what is new in it? I hope till now all of you are getting the whole things. Substantive motion, substitute motion, subsidiary motion. Okay, the three subcategories of subsidiary motion. Fine. Ancillary, okay, and superseding motions, and what one? That is the amendments. And now closure motions. There are 4 types of closure motions: simple closure motions, closure by compartment motions, kangaroo closure motions, and now we are going to cover guillotine closure motion. Okay, see how if you are attentive in class, you can easily get the names what I am getting right now without seeing the facts. What I have told you right now, see again: substantive motion, substitute motion, subsidiary motion, 3 motions. There are 3 subcategories of subsidiary motion, that is ancillary motion and which one? Amendment one I have also covered, but those 3 names subcategories are not too important. Okay, so the 3 subcategories of subsidiary motion is which one? Ancillary motion and amendments. Which one? Amendments 2, not constitutional amendment I am talking right now. Okay, only amendments. And third one is superseding motion. So substantive motion, substitute motion, subsidiary motions, and the 3 subcategories of subsidiary motion is which one? It's amendments, superseding motions, ancillary motions. Next 4th motion is which one? Closure motions. There are 4 types of closure motions. Number 1, which one? Simple closure motion. Number 2, which one? Closure by compartment motion. Number 3rd, which one? Just the previous slide, remembered, kangaroo closure motion. Now the 4th one, that is guillotine closure motions. So let's see what is new in guillotine closure motion. Let's see. If any parts of any motion remains undiscussed, fine, and time is lapsing, then without discussion in those parts will be put on for voting. Now let's see what is the difference between guillotine and kangaroo. If I will tell the difference, you can easily get it that what is guillotine motion. Let's see. Here it is a motion, fine, on any issues. Any MP has brought this motion in any of the house, fine. There are certain important issues like, okay, like this one, fine. So I am a star marking in minor issues. Minor issues means these issues are important too, but I am marking, okay, I am seeing, writing 1. Okay, so where I have written 1, understand it as major issues of that motions, and where I have marked a star 1, those are understand as, just assume as minor issues. Minor and major issues means if you are preparing for the UPSC, you are always seeing that which one is more important, which one is less important. All are important, of course, according to UPSC, whatever the syllabus in UPSC, but you always find that, and you always try to find that what is more important. So that is why it is more important that I have written, that is more important one, that is major important, and little bit less important in comparison with more important, that is minor issues, Fine. So understand this in this way. Okay, if you will get in this way, you will never forget in your whole life. Fine. So let's see what in kangaroo motion happened. In kangaroo motions, discussion, debates going on. Okay, and time is lapsing, doesn't giving any results, and more time needed to debate the whole things. Now in kangaroo motion, if any MP bout kangaroo closure motion, then what happens that only those major issues, this one and this one, understand it, this one and this one, here it is four, it can be any number of, but here it is 4. So these 4 issues, that is major issues, will be discussed only right now. Discussion has been going on for the whole, but not giving any result, and only time is elapsing. Then if time is lapsing, then it is important to pass this motion, or if not pass this motion, then also it should be given a result that it will be passed or not. So not giving any result and time is lapsing, then what happened that there is kangaroo closure motion will be put up by any of the MP, and if a speaker of Lok Sabha or chairman of Rajya Sabha grants then permission, then only major issues will be picked up from that motion, and now discussion and debate will happen only for that major issues, and voting will be also happen on that part also. If voting will be against, voting has been done, and voting will be done only for major issues. After discussing and debates only for major issues, picking up the major issues, debates and discussions will also only for major issues, voting will also for major issues. These issues will be sidelined, okay, sidelined, these issues will be sidelined. Fine. Why? Just see it. Now after voting, if these motions has been passed, then it is termed as, if major issues of this motion has been passed by the house, then automatically these minor issues will automatically get passed. It is understood that if these major issues are passed by the house, minor issues will automatically get passed. It is fine. It is discussed, earlier discussed. It is not like that, just see, let me tell you again. This is a motion, understand it clearly, otherwise you will get confused in kangaroo motion and guillotine motion. Okay, let's see. Earlier the motion has been put down in house. Earlier discussion and debates was going on for the whole issue. Either it was major, minor. Earlier it was not subcategorized that it is major, it is minor, it is major, it is minor. Earlier, during the earlier debates of this motion, it is not subcategorized in major or minor issues. Discussion debates was going for the whole part of this motion. But because time lapsing, now any MP see that this will not give a desired result on the perfect time, then only after then, if that MP will bout kangaroo motion, only then that this will be subdivided in major and minor. But now only major issues will be discussed, but before major issue will be discussed and before bout of the kangaroo closure motions, these minor issues have also discussed somehow, little bit too, but discussed earlier. Okay. Now if these major issues will be passed by the house, then these minor issues will automatically termed as passed by the house. Okay, automatically termed. If these major issues will not passed by the house, then automatically it is understand that since major issues of that motion is not passed by this house, because majority are against in this motion major issues, so it is understood that these minor issues will also not be passed. Okay, what are the results of the voting of the major issues? The same result will be turned for these minor issues too without voting. But what in guillotine motion? See, what happened that if due to time lapsing it was not discussed at all, these minor issues were not discussed at all, not at all, okay, not at all, or not satisfied discussion means not, just understand that discussion was happen only of some of the important issues of any motion. Earlier, in the early time it is subcategorized, not in the later time. Earlier it was subcategorized and said that we will discuss only major issues right now. Then if suppose, now let's see, it will be a situation where this motion has been put up in the house, and earlier the whole discussion and debates was going on for the whole, because earlier it was not discussed. Little bit discussion for everyone, no one was left. Okay, no one was left. After that, kangaroo closure motion brought up, then subcategorized major, minor sidelined, major will be discussed and only major will be voting. Whatever the results of major, the same results will be turned for minor too. I hope all of you are getting it. But see a situation where there is a motion and suppose discussion debates going on for that motion, and if there are 15 issues, okay, there are 15 issues on that motion, and suppose 12 issues has been discussed and times is lapsing, now it is not enough time to discuss the whole things. Okay, then what happened that the remaining three issues will be direct. These 12 issues has been discussed, major issues, or either you can give the same examples of it. Let's see. Okay, let's see. There are how much issues in unit 1? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 minor, 4 major. Here divided in major, minor. But in guillotine, it is not divided as major or minor. No, not major or minor. So we will consume the whole. Suppose it is 10 issues in this motion. Fine, 10 issues. If it is 10 issues in this motion, then what happened that, let's see, if discussion debates going on, and after that it is said that it is termed as on 8 issues discussed debates has been over, full, satisfied discussions and debates. Now what happened that on that 8 issues it will be put for voting, because discussion is over automatically. After putting on vote, if that is passed or not, it is separate matter on those 8 issues. But what happened that the remaining 2 issues will not be termed directly as the desired. If these 8 issues are passed, and these 2 are not discussed, means undiscussed, not even discussed a single point of about that, okay, undiscussed, then what happened in kangaroo motion, that if the major, here it is not major minor, it is a whole, but just understand that it is minor or major for assumption. In kangaroo, what happened that if this major has been termed passed by the house, then these minors will not be put on for vote, okay, will not be put on for vote and directly termed as passed. If these major are not passed, then these minors are also termed as not passed in kangaroo closure motion. But opposite to them, unlikely to that, guillotine motion says that even that issues are passed or passed, okay, passed, just understand, even these issues are passed, we will not left these 2 issues. Yes, it is not time to discuss on these 2 issues, we getting it that point, but we will definitely going to allow to conduct the voting of these 2 minor issues or even major issues too, because here minor, major not categorized. So all the issues will be put down for voting, no one is left, either major, minor, anything, okay, no one will be left, directly put on voting without discussion, debate. At least voting will be done. Here without voting, minor will be passed. Here any of that this issue, that is even major, minor, anything, because here is not subcategorized. So any of the issues that remains undiscussed, not, it means not discussed till now, even then that can be put on for voting by bringing the which one, by bringing the guillotine motion. I hope I am covering the whole things in such a way that you can easily find out the difference between kangaroo closure motion and guillotine closure motion. Okay, I hope so. So these are the 4 types of closure motions: simple closure motions and closure by compartment motion, kangaroo closure motions and guillotine closure motions. So all 4 are clear to all of you. If not, contact to us, we will definitely going to help you each and every individual one. Fine. So we will see the next one, that is privilege motions. Yes students, It is about privilege one. Okay, privilege motion. Privilege motion. There are certain privileges of the Parliament of the House. Privileges means if you live in a house, even in your house, there each privilege belongs to each and every person too. Okay, privilege of the house too. Privilege of the house itself too. If it is a house, your house, I am talking just about a house, then it is a privilege of this house that this things is allowed in this house, not allowed. Okay, this member is allowed for doing this kind of activities only, this member is not allowed to this activity, this member is allowed to do certain other activities. These kinds of certain privileges given to each and every member of the house. Okay, may be given or may not be given. Okay, but since in the House of Parliament of India there are certain privileges, you cannot breach that privileges. Breach means you cannot break that privileges, you cannot cross the limit of that privileges. Fine. So let's see what is privilege motion. Okay, I am giving you with an example. Okay, let's see. See privilege motion. The breach of parliamentary privileges by a minister. A minister, here it is mentioned that a minister. Let's see. Breach means clearly here look at, if like finance minister, I am just giving an example. Okay, don't touch it on heart. It's if finance minister have put certain facts on Lok Sabha or in Rajya Sabha, has put down certain facts, and any of the facts, it may possible that any of the facts is wrong. Okay, any of the fact that finance minister has put down and tabled the facts on any of the house, if any fact is wrong or any of the statement that he has said wrong, not only for finance minister, for every ministers, I am just giving the example of finance minister. If any facts, figures or statements wrong quoted, wrong mentioned by any minister of the house, any of the two house, that is Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, then that is mentioned and breaches of privilege of the house. Breaches of the privilege of the house means it is not allowed to do in the house, but you have done that only because of that. It means you are not allowed to put wrong figures, facts and figures. You are not allowed to quote wrong statements. Okay, you are not allowed to told false remarks on anyone, on any facts, any figures, or even on anyone, any member. Okay, but it is not allowed in the house, but you have done it. If any minister has done it, it is termed as breach of privileges of the house. If that has been done, any MP of the house, except from who has breached this limit, except the person, except the MP who has breached this, limit, who has breached this privileges of parliament of the house, except that one, because he himself done, if anyone has done crime, why he was going and say to the court that I have done this crime and please give me punishment. Okay, fine. So understanding that way. Okay, so any MP can understand and say that, dear presiding officer, I want to put down privilege motion, please allow us. Fine. So in that case privilege motion allowed, and any action may be taken, even any things can be happen, even that finance minister can say sorry to about that facts and figures or the wrong quoted statements, false remarks, even he can say it. Okay, so now let's see another one. I hope what is privilege motion, all of you are getting it clearly. Now I am going to the next one, that is calling attention motion. Okay, calling attention motion. Fine. So what is calling attention motion? See, any matter on which parliament is not discussing, but if any MP put this motion, then minister have to answer it. See what happened. Like right now, just giving the example of right now. Like if suppose the session of parliament is going on, the session of parliament is going on. Okay, going on right now. Assume that it's not going on actually, but assume that right now at the present time, at the present age, the parliament session is going on of any session. Okay, generally it will be monsoon session if happen. Okay, after few days I hope the session will start. It may possible, but I am not sure about that. So assume that session of parliament is going on right now. Okay, discussions and debates is going on assume that discussions and debates is going on for establishment of any new state or anything, okay, anything like Central Vista project, okay, Central Vista project, anything, okay, even any important matter too is discussing. I am not taking that not important matter is discussing, even any important matter is discussing too. But if any MP feels that hiking of price of fuels, that is petroleum fuels, or even for any hiking prices, if any MP feels that this is larger interest public, okay, this is larger public interest issue, this should be picked up, and but parliament is not discussing in it. Besides discussing this major issues, parliament is discussing on these issues. Parliament should have discussed on this issue too, because this is general public important matter. This matter is affecting people. If that any of the MP feels that any of the MP, even MP from the ruling party too, or any opposition party to any MP can about calling attention motion. And in this example, what happened that in this example, I am just giving on the basis of this example, hiking of price of petroleum fuels, okay. So on the basis of this example, if any of the MP from even from ruling party or from opposition party, generally it almost sure 99.9% that it will be from opposition party too, because it will never done by ruling party member of parliament. So if any opposition party's MP will vote calling attention motion, and a speaker guarantees that, a speaker of Lok Sabha guarantees that, and in case of Raj Sabha, if chairman of Raj Sabha guarantees that calling attention motion, then what happens? Then the petroleum minister, okay, the petroleum minister will have to answer about the hiking of price of petroleum fuel in the Lok Sabha, if it was presented in Lok Sabha or in Raj Sabha, if that presented in Raj Sabha, because I have already told you minister can sit in any of the houses, okay, Lok Sabha, Raj Sabha. Then minister have to answer it. Minister can't ignore it. Minister have to answer why the price is really hiking, price is really increasing per day, almost every day, why price is increasing, what are the reasons, okay, what are the basis on which petroleum prices is hiking. So it is done. It is very important one. It is very important one. Calling attention motion, very important one, okay, very much important one. This is okay. Now we will see more severe important one than this one, that is some special, okay. Now I am moving to the next one that will go one step ahead. After that, calling attention motion to one step again ahead, okay. Now let's see some important fact about calling attention motion. See, calling attention motion as an Indian innovation, it is an Indian innovation, okay, means it has not been taken from any other country, not inspired by and taken by any other country. It is itself innovated by Indian parliamentary system, okay, and it is mentioned in the rules of procedure of parliament. It is mentioned in the procedures of parliament that it is the rules mentioned in the provision of the parliament that this motion can be brought. That kind of important of that motion is fine. So I am moving to the next one. I hope this is clear to all of you. See, adjournment motion, this is one I am talking you right now, that one a step ahead, or even can say that 10 a step ahead of calling attention motion, okay. Why? In calling attention motion, if even one MP wants to bring calling attention motion, then after the permission of presiding officer, this MP can initiate that calling attention motion. Even one MP, even a single MP can raise these issues and guarantees and wants to take the permission of presiding officer to put this motion in any of the house. Then if presiding officer guarantees the permission, then this MP alone can put this motion, calling attention motion. But unlike that, adjournment motion means if any alone MP, any single MP, 2 MP, 3 MPs, even 10 MPs, 20 MPs together wants to put adjournment motion in the house, then they can't be possible. There is not possibility at all. Minimum 50 MPs support is necessary to take the initiative of adjournment motion. This is so important. Minimum 50 members of parliament. Okay, even for Lok Sabha too, it is only for Lok Sabha. Adjournment motion will take place only in Lok Sabha because it is really criticize the government. Okay, it is really criticize the government. It is really a time of criticism of government. That is why it is only for Lok Sabha. It is not. It can adjournment motion cannot be put in Rajya Sabha. Okay, are you getting it? So minimum 50 MPs of Lok Sabha. A question may that adjournment motion in Rajya Sabha needs 50 membership of parliament to initiative. You can mark correct to it. Okay, you can mark correct to it, but that is incorrect. Okay, that is incorrect. Adjournment motion can be brought up only in Lok Sabha and with the support of 50 members. Only after the support of 50 members, if presiding officer, it means here since it is only possible for Lok Sabha, so presiding officer of Lok Sabha is a speaker of Lok Sabha. If a speaker allows that, then first of all minimum 50 MP support necessary. Let's see. Minimum 50 MP is required. A speaker will grant this motion to put this motion only when there is the support of 50 MPs. Otherwise, even 49 MPs are supporting it. A speaker of Lok Sabha is not going to grant this one. Okay, not going to grant this motion. Fine. So this is okay. Fine. So this 50 MPs. So how this important is? Okay, and motion and it requires the approval of minimum 50 MPs. Okay, this motion interrupts normal business of the house. This is the motion. If any normal business of the house is going on, okay, normal business of the house is going on, even in that situation, if adjournment motion has been guaranteed by the speaker of Lok Sabha, only if the support of 50 MPs, only after then a speaker will allow it. Then if adjournment motion will allowed, then the normal business of the house will be stopped, and this discussion of this adjournment motion will begin. See how this important this motion is. Okay, one of the most important motion, that is adjournment motion. Okay, that is adjournment motion. So I am moving to the next one, and I hope you are creating the differentiate between adjournment motion and calling attention motion. Okay, so now I am moving to the next one. Okay, that will tell you something facts about adjournment motion. Let's see. Okay, moving. Adjournment motion can be introduced only in Lok Sabha. I have already told you, not in Rajya Sabha. This is okay. Now moving to the next one. I have already told you. In adjournment motion, minimum 2.5 hours discussion must be held. Yes, that is why the normal business of the house will be interrupted. Okay, that is why the normal business of the house is interrupted. Fine. So in adjournment motion, minimum 2 hours and 30 minutes discussion minimum should be and must be held. Okay, minimum it can be even more than that. It can be done 2 days discussion will be going on if that needed, but minimum discussion is 2.5 hours discussion in adjournment motion. So why I have told you that from calling attention motion, adjournment motion is even not only one step, that it is 10 a step ahead. One of the most important motion in Indian parliamentary function. 5. So moving to the next one, if there is any slide remaining, I hope one motion is lefting, that is no confidence motion. Yeah, that is no confidence motion. I will tell you some details about no confidence motion. Okay, fine. Now let's see no confidence motion. See, you are always hearing that. If in general opinion you want that, then I hope this is the most important one. no confidence motion. See, in no confidence motion, what happens that I have given you the same example. Okay, I have repeated 2-3 times about no confidence motion. If you have picked up that one from our previous lectures, there is no need to tell you about it. But since it is so necessary motion that it must be needed to tell about it. Okay, so let's see no confidence motion. See, you know that in Lok Sabha, and also no confidence motion will only moved in Lok Sabha. No confidence motion like adjournment motion can be moved only in Lok Sabha. No confidence motion will also only can be moved in Lok Sabha, not in Rajya Sabha, because why? You can easily get it after the whole things discussion. See, you know that in general election, that is the election of for Prime Minister, election of MPs of Parliament of Lok Sabha, election of MPs of Lok Sabha, then see clearly. You know that there is minimum 272 plus seats required. That is through 273 seats minimum required. 272 plus means 273 seats minimum required. Fine. 273 seats minimum requirement. Okay. To form the government. Okay, fine. If assume that any like that NDA that is National Democratic Alliance, the main party is BJP plus other parties, they have an alliance that is National Democratic Alliance. This alliance has currently ruling the Indian parliamentary system. Okay, this is the union government, India government. So I hope it is almost 303. Okay, BJP itself has 272 plus seats itself. It doesn't need any alliance to form the government, but since it has a triple alliance, that is why it is regularly keeping up that alliance. But if assume a situation where BJP, assume only BJP is 250 seats won in 2019 election, assume that, and the remaining 53 seats are won by these parties, and the remaining total is 543. So out of 543, 303 seats wins by NDA, National Democratic Alliance. Out of this 303, this coalition government, BJP itself won 250 seats. Okay, 250 seats, and other coalitions, other parties or independent MLA that joined NDA has won 53 seats. So by combining those, it is 303 and it is more than 272 plus, that is 273, more than 273. So it has formed the government. Assume a situation in 2019 general election. Okay, if right now, if any party who have out of these 43, who has 43 seats, whose have 43 MPs, and he has withdrawn his support from NDA, taken back his support from NDA on grounds of any reasons, okay, any of the reasons. So in that case, now it is 303, 43 will be less, so it will be which one? Only 260. So 250 for BJP, and only now 10 is supporting BJP, because 43 has taken back their support. Because if any party, or it makes by any party who has 20 MP or other party who has 23 MP, both combining draw back their support and 43 MPs record. So now it is which one? It is just less than majority figure. So now government has no majority. Now see what happened. Now opposition party looks at that matter and brought no confidence motion. After the permission of Speaker of Lok Sabha, if the permission of Speaker of Lok Sabha guarantees the permission of Lok Sabha of non-confidence motion, that will be brought by opposition parties only. Okay, ruling parties MP cannot vote no confidence motion. Okay, generally they will not do that. Okay, because they want to remain in power always. So no confidence motion. Voting will be happen. Voting means float test. Float test means the current government has majority or not. Okay, that is float test. Float test means which party has what numbers of supporting of MPs, that is called float test. Or in case of a state, that is MLA. That is separate matter. Okay, fine. So After voting, automatically it will get maximum 260 because 43 drawn back their support. So now the government will fall or not. So on one motion, that is no confidence motion, the government is falling. Okay, the government that has a huge number of seats, 303, that is falling. Okay, that is falling. That will not now in power. If that is 260 stop, then Prime Minister have to resign it, have to resign from his office. Okay, have to resign from his office. A fresh election will be held, or otherwise if opposition party jointly able to form the government by mixing the parties, other parties, then they can form the government too if president wants. Otherwise there will be fresh election. So I hope this is clear to all of you. So why this is only brings in Lok Sabha? Because general election, that is election of Prime Minister, election of MPs, is done for only for Lok Sabha. Okay, in general election, 2019 general election, have you voted for the MPs of Rajya Sabha? Not. You have voted only for the MPs of Lok Sabha. That is why it is bout of only in Lok Sabha, not in Rajya Sabha. I hope this is clear to all of you. So if any slides remaining, I will cover right now. So I am just seeing it. If anyone remaining, I am moving to the next one, and if anyone remaining, I will complete that. But no, it is over, students. So today I have covered all the motions regarding to the parliamentary functions of India. Okay, we will continue the same parliament chapter with other topics. Fine. So we will meet tomorrow. Thank you, students. Thank you so much.